Magandang araw! I hope everyone who's watching this video is safe, healthy, and happy. Now, this presentation is about naming alcohols. So, our objectives are to identify the general structure for an alcohol, classify alcohols, and name alcohols. Now, alcohols contain the hydroxyl group OH attached to a saturated carbon. So, they are organic compounds which contain the OH functional group. Alcohols can be primary, secondary, or tertiary depending on the saturated carbon. Now, the nomenclature or the rules of naming alcohols are also based on the IUPAC or the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Now, based on IUPAC, alcohols are named by changing the ending of the parent alkane name to OL. So, we use the suffix OL. And we also find the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms containing the OH group, and we take that as the parent compound. The chain is numbered from the end nearest the OH group. So we have here the straight chain alcohol. So again, for IUPAC name, we use the suffix OL. And for common name, we use the alkyl group name plus the word alcohol. So the simplest alcohol is CH3OH, which is methanol. So methane, so notice yung methane, pinalitan lang natin yung A and E, no, methane, ay yung E rather, yung E ng OL. So common name is methyl alcohol, okay? And then we have CH3CH2OH, which is ethanol or ethyl alcohol. So, yung ethanol, yan yung alcohol sa wine, alcoholic beverages, no? Etong methyl alcohol or methanol, toxic yan. So, pag may nababalitaan kayo na yung lambanog na nakakamatay, most likely, methanol ang alcohol na present doon at hindi ethanol, okay? So, we have CH3, CH2, CH2OH, which is propanol or propyl alcohol. And we have this, so there is branching at carbon number 2. So this is isopropanol or secondary propanol or isopropyl alcohol. So notice, if you use the common name, two words yon, yung alkyl group plus the word alcohol. Pag IUPAC name naman, one word lang siya. We also have CH3, CH2, CH2, CH2OH or butanol or the normal butanol, commonly called butyl alcohol. We have, when OH is attached to carbon number 2, we have 2-butanol or butan, 2-ol. Here, the locant is nearer the functional group, commonly called 2-butyl alcohol or secondary butyl alcohol. IUPAC name, sec-butanol. And then we have this, there is so if you notice, this is propanol 1, 2, 3, and there is a substituent, a methyl substituent at carbon number 2. So this is carbon number 2, so this is carbon number 1, 2. Okay, so we call this 2-methyl-2-propanol or 2-methyl-propan-2-ol or tert-butanol, no? Tert-butanol or tertiary tert-butyl alcohol. Notice that butanol is a primary alcohol because OH, the carbon attached to OH is attached to only one carbon. 2-butanol is secondary alcohol because the carbon attached to OH is attached to two other carbons. While tert-butanol is a tertiary alcohol because the carbon attached to OH is attached to three other substituents. Okay? So, primary, secondary, tertiary. Now, if more than one OH group appears in the same molecule, so we call the alcohol polyhydroxy, suffixes such as diol and triol are used. In these cases, the E ending of the parent alkane is retained. So, we have here, for example, CH2, and we have OH attached on both carbon atoms. So, we have 1,2-ethane diol. So, we do not drop E of the alkane name. Or ethane 1,2-diol or commonly called ethylene glycol. This is used as an antifreeze during winter and as a coolant during summer, no? So I hope you still remember your colligative properties. And then we have here 1,2-propane diol. So 1, 2, 3. So that's carbon number 1, 2, 3. And then OH, the first OH is attached to carbon number 1. The second OH attached to carbon number 2. So we have 1,2-propane diol, or commonly called propylene glycol, which is a humectant, no? Propylene glycol has affinity to water and therefore it is used in cosmetics as moisturizer. Ganun din yung glycerol, 1,2,3 triol. Humectant din yung glycerol. So yung ginagamit na, kami yung ginagawa naming hand sanitizer, no? Ayun yung ginagamit naming moisturizer, yung glycerol. So again, we have polyhydroxy alcohols. Now, to emphasize, the parent chain must contain the carbon bonded to the OH group. So we have here a comparison. Though this one contains more carbon, so it has 9 carbons, we cannot use this as the parent chain because it does not include the OH group. So the correct parent chain is this, okay? Even if it is shorter. So 8 lang yung carbon sa kanya. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doon 9. Pero ito yung correct na parent chain. Now, we number the carbon chain to give the OH group the lower number. So, kahit na mataas yung substituent na chloro, no? Still, kasi priority yung OH, kaya dapat mas mababa siya. So, we have 1, 2, 3. So, 8-chlorooctan triol or 3-octanol. No? Pareho lang yun. Acceptable lang sa IUPAC. So, this is the correct name. So, we also have alkanol, no? Yung alkenyl group ang attached to OH. So, again, the carbon attached to OH is carbon number 1. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So, pent 4 and 1 all. So, we have 5 carbons. Double bond occurs at carbon number 4. OH is attached to carbon number 1. So, we have pent 4 and 1 all, or 4 pentane 1 all. Kahit alin dyan pwede. We also have an alkyne alcohol. So, this one is prop-2-ine 1 all. So, we have 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3. Double bond is at carbon number 2. OH is attached to carbon number 1. Also called 2-propene 1 all. Trivial name is propargyl alcohol. Okay, so we have multiple double bonds. So, for example, we have here 3, 5. So, hepta, so meaning there are 7 carbons, and double bonds occur at carbon numbers 3 and 5. OH is attached to carbon number 1. So, we have 3, 5 heptadiene. Pero dahil double bond, careful tayo doon sa geometric isomerism niya, no? Kung Z or E. Okay, i-recall natin. Pag Z, yung priority group nasa same side, no? Ng plane. Pag E, opposite side. Paano na nga ulit kino-compare yon? So, you compare the substituent attached to a single carbon. So, this carbon, for example. So, we will compare hydrogen and carbon. Carbon has a higher atomic number and therefore, methyl has a higher priority than hydrogen. So, itong group na to, itong alkenyl group na to, ay higher priority din. So, ito, tsaka to, both higher priority, nasa same side sila, kaya Z, no? Same side. So, 5, so yung double bond at carbon number 5 ay Z isomer. Okay? Ito naman, carbon number 3, kasi ito yung carbon number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no? So, ito naman, carbon 1, 2, 3, compare naman natin ito, yung substituent sa carbon 3 and 4. Notice, ito, mas mataas din ang priority kaysa sa H. Etong group na to, mas mataas din ang priority kaysa sa H. So, yung dalawang mas mataas ang priority, nasa same side, kaya Z pa rin. So, the The name is 3Z, 5Z, 3,5-heptadiene-1-ol. No? So, ibig sabihin yung double bond, nasa third at saka fifth carbon, parehong Zusammen, no? Same side yung mga priority groups. Double bond occurs at carbon 3,5, OH is attached to carbon number 1. Paano naman ang itsura ng opposite, no? Ito, no? Pinagbaliktad ko lang para lang ma-compare. So, again, pag kinompare natin itong dalawang substituent na to attached to this carbon, this has a higher priority. Pag kinompare mo to, tsaka to, obviously, this has a higher priority. So, yung dalawang higher priority nasa opposite side, kaya E. So, yung carbon number 3 natin, yung double bond sa carbon number 3 ay E antigen. No? So, we have, final name is 3E, 5Z, 3,5-heptadiene-1-ol. Alright, in cyclic alcohols, the carbon atom bearing the OH group is always designated as C1, but the 1 is not used anymore in naming. Substituents are named and numbered as in alkanes. So this is carbon number 1, 2, 3. So this is 3-methyl cyclohexanol and not 5. We do not label the carbon as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No? So this is the correct name. So carbon 1, 2, 3. So this is 3-methyl cyclohexanol. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. So 3, 3-dimethyl cyclohexanol. Since there is a double bond, this is of a higher priority than the substituent. So we label this carbon now as 1, 2, 3, and so on. So we have 5,5-dimethyl 2-cyclohexenol. So again, this is an alkanol. So 5,5-dimethyl cyclohex 2-enol. Again, the priority is still the OH group. So this is still carbon number 1. But instead of going clockwise, we go counterclockwise this time. So again, the carbon attached to OH is carbon number 1. So bromine and chlorine are equidistant, but since bromo appears first in the alphabet, so this takes the lower number. So our carbon is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 2 bromo, 5 chlorocyclopentanol. So this one, so just to have a review, no? So we have 2E37-dimethyl octa 2,6-diene-1-ol. Double bond occurs at carbons 2, 6. So methyl substituents at carbon 3, 7. OH attached to carbon number 1. So this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, and so on. So notice, eto hindi siya interesting kasi pareho lang naman yung substituents. So hindi na natin gagamitan ng E or Z. Ito magkaiba kasi. So notice, itong mas higher ang priority, no? Kasi may carbon tsaka OH kesa sa hydrogen. So pataas siya. I-compare natin dito sa kabila, methyl at saka itong buong to. So itong buong to, mas mataas ang priority kaysa sa methyl. Tapos pababa siya. Itong priority sa kabila, pataas. Ito pababa. So opposite, kaya 2E. 2E, 3,7-dimethyl octa 2,6-diene-1-ol. So this will now be your set work. So you have to name these alcohols. I hope you enjoy naming them. So you just have a review of what we have just discussed and try to name this on your own. Let me end by quoting Sophocles. One learns by doing a thing. Though you think you know it, you have no certainty until you try. So, try naming alcohols. Baka akala mo, alam mo, madali. Yung pala, pag ikaw na mag-name, medyo nako-confuse ka. So, try and try, no? So, until next time, class, you stay safe, you stay healthy. See you when I see you. Bye for now.